Okay, let's dive into this. If you're an engineering student, a prospective student, or even a parent looking at the academic roadmap for an IT degree, you've probably seen documents totally filled with acronyms. I'm talking PEOs, POs, PSOs. Honestly, it can look less like a structured roadmap and way more like someone just spilled a bowl of alphabet soup on a syllabus. But what do these letters actually mean for your future? Well, today in this explainer, we're going to decode that exact academic framework. We'll make sense of how an engineering curriculum is meticulously designed to take you from a day-one student to a highly successful professional.
To really wrap our heads around this, let's anchor the presentation visually to Fra C. Rodriguez Institute of Technology in Vashi. Specifically, we're looking at the academic roadmap for their Department of Information Technology and Computer Science Engineering, specifically curated for the 2026 to 2027 academic year. Now, this isn't just theory. This is the literal blueprint that faculty members use to shape everyday coursework. It's essentially the ultimate promise the Institute makes to its students.
So here's our top-down funnel approach for today. We're going to start big with the Institute vision and mission, zoom into the department vision, decode those program objectives and core outcomes, and finally wrap up with the IT-specific outcomes.
Section 1. Institute Vision and Mission. This is the ultimate guiding light for everything the Institute does.
Think of this whole academic framework like a massive funnel, right? And we're starting right at the absolute widest part. The Institute's overarching vision is beautifully summed up here. Their goal is to stir creativity leading to self-sustainable professionals through holistic development nurtured by strength and legitimate pride of Indian values and ethics. The crucial takeaway, just being a great coder simply isn't enough for them. The end goal is true holistic development, grounding all that cutting-edge technical education in really strong foundational values.
Now, to actually make that grand vision a reality, the Institute relies on 3 actionable pillars. First up, providing industry-oriented quality education. That means what you learn actually applies out there in the real world. Second, creating a holistic environment for overall personal development. They genuinely want you to grow as a whole person, not just a programmer. And third, actively fostering relationships with other reputable institutes, alumni, and industry partners. This builds a powerful network you can rely on long after you graduate.
All right, moving into Section 2, Department Vision and Mission. We are now zooming in a level deeper into the specific IT and CSE department. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the deliberate shift in focus. Think about it. At the institute level, the broad focus is all about moral development, holistic growth, and values. But when we look at the department level, the focus shifts gears into razor-sharp, highly specialized technological excellence. The IT department wants to be a leading center for advanced research and development. Their mission is to train you in cutting-edge tech, promote multidisciplinary activities that serve society through innovative applications, and actively champion entrepreneurship. Basically, they take those broad ethical institute values and apply them directly to the tech frontier. Section 3. Program Educational Objectives. Time to decode our first piece of academic jargon, PEOs. So what does this all mean? What exactly is a PEO? Well, a Program Educational Objective is essentially a long-term career benchmark. It explicitly describes what a graduate is expected to achieve and demonstrate in their professional life, a few years after they've actually walked across that graduation stage. If you're a parent or a student listening, think of these as the long-term return on investment for the degree.
Let's break down the 3 distinct PEOs for the IT and CSE department. Number 1 states that graduates will be able to adapt to technological changes in IT, which makes sense, right? Because in a field that literally changes daily, adaptability is survival. Number 2 is all about excelling, whether that means climbing the corporate ladder or thriving in higher education. And finally, number 3 expects graduates to demonstrate multidisciplinary and entrepreneurship skills. The goal isn't just to turn out everyday employees, it's to forge the next wave of innovators and business leaders who can cross traditional boundaries.
Section 4. Core Engineering Outcomes. We're shifting our focus now to what students will actively master during their actual time in the program.
Welcome to the world of POs, or Program Outcomes. Unlike those PEOs we just talked about, which look years into the future, POs are immediate. They are the 11 foundational engineering skills, knowledge sets, and behaviors that a student must absolutely acquire by the exact moment of graduation. No matter what kind of engineer you're studying to be, these are your fundamental, non-negotiable building blocks. And this brilliantly illustrates how we can easily digest these 11 heavy academic points. Staring at a massive list can be overwhelming, so we've grouped them into 2 clear mini-narratives. We have the hard engineering and problem-solving skills covering PO1 through PO5, and then we have ethics, management, and lifelong learning, which encompasses PO6 through PO11.
Let's blitz through this first half, the hard skills. This right here is your rigorous mathematical and technical foundation. PO1 and PO2, that's applying math, science, and computing fundamentals to analyze really complex engineering problems. PO3 and PO4 take that a step further into actively designing creative solutions and conducting research-based investigations. And PO5 just ensures you can actually use the modern engineering and IT tools required to get the job done today. This is the gritty, highly technical problem-solving phase.
Now, remember that macro vision of holistic development we talked about earlier? That's exactly where PO6 through PO11 come in. Because you can't just be a coding robot. You have to evaluate the societal and environmental impact of your work. You must apply strong ethical principles. You need to function effectively in multidisciplinary teams and communicate clearly. Importantly, PO10 mandates an understanding of project management and finance. Because let's face it, engineering happens in the real world of strict budgets and tight timelines. And finally, PO11 locks in that vital ability for independent, lifelong learning.
Section 5, IT-specific outcomes. We're now drilling down to the most granular and specific level of the entire academic framework.
We've reached the absolute bottom of our funnel. These are the PSOs, or Program-Specific Outcomes. While those 11 POs we just covered apply generally to all engineering disciplines, the PSOs are highly specialized. These are the domain-specific skills entirely unique to the information technology and CSE student. This is exactly the stuff that separates an IT graduate from, say, a mechanical or civil engineering graduate.
Let's move to and see how this builds in a really logical progression. Step 1 is PSO1. Graduates must apply core principles of programming, algorithms, databases, networking, and software engineering to develop real-world IT solutions. Step 2 is PSO2, pushing them even further to apply emerging technologies to create totally innovative solutions, so not just relying on the basics. Finally, Step 3 is PSO3, culminating in a continuous self-learning and research attitude combined with collaborative skills. It's an incredibly exciting progression, literally taking you from foundational coding all the way to innovating with tomorrow's tech.
We've traveled all the way from the grand vision of creating ethical, self-sustaining professionals, right down to mastering algorithms in emerging technologies. And it's all connected. Every single class, every assignment, every lab in the IT department at Fra C. Rodriguez Institute of Technology is mapped directly to this exact framework. It's designed specifically to ensure your daily coursework intentionally drives your ultimate career success. So every assignment is just another step on this roadmap. The only question left is, are you ready to transform this vision into your reality?